Yo, how we giving it up, man? It's your boy Jumpout Low, and you tuned in with Check Your Mental each and every Monday. How's everybody doing today? I'm just, thanking God for another day, thanking God for allowing us to be here, and deliver another message, because that's what we want to do. We want to give people hope and enlightenment and trying to make you the best version of you. And with that, I want to segue right into things that help me become the best version of myself, because it's an everyday process. I'm still working on me. Every single day I wake up and I try to find ways that I could be better. So for me, a lot of things that helped me do that was books. And I'm going to talk about a few books that really helped me in my walk, in my journey, in my walk of faith, and just trying to find out who I am and what I'm here to do. And these books here help me. The first book I'm going to talk about is The Power of Now. The Power of Now is a book by Eckhart Tolle, right? And what this book taught me was that we must live in the present moment, that we have to stay in the present. It's okay to think about the future, but don't dwell on the past. It's about the present moment. Because if you sit there and think about it, problems don't really exist in the present. Problems exist when you think about the future, or you think about a bill, or you think about something. It's all about focusing on the now and staying in the present moment. So it helped me understand that, hold on, why am I stressing about certain things that I can't control? Why am I stressing about things that are not even here yet? If I focus on the now and live on a day-to-day basis, I'm all right. But when I add stress, I add extra things to my life. I think about what things that I don't have. That's when the problems start creating. But when you stay in the present and you're grateful for what you got, you're gonna be all right. So that's The Power of Now. I highly recommend this book. And the second book, The Power of Positive Thinking. This book taught me to look at the positive of everything, because sometimes it's so easy to focus on the negative about everything. Something happens, you think about the negative right away versus thinking about the positive. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're driving on a highway, somebody cuts you off. Your first reaction is, man, I want to curse this person out because he just cut me off. Versus you think about the positive aspect. You can say, hey, man, he might be late to pick up his kids, and he doesn't have money to pay the babysitter extra, because they're going to charge him extra money if he doesn't make it on time. So if you think about the positive of everything instead of dwelling on the negative, you're going to have a different outlook on life. And, I'll be a hypocrite to tell you, I'm not positive all the time. I'm a human being. But for the most part, I try to look at the positive of every situation, because I can't let people control me or situations control or define me. I always have to look at the positive aspect of everything. So I'm not going to talk too much about this one, but this is The Power of Positive Thinking by Vincent Peale. Check this book out. It's definitely a life-changing book. This book here, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If it's one thing that this book taught me, and if there's one thing that I want to tell you about this book, is always put yourself in the other person's shoe. Always try to look at life from the other person's perspective. Because once you put yourself in the person's shoe and you try to kind of understand them, it helps you understand that person more. Because you don't focus on what you want or what you need. It's like when you're having an argument with somebody, or you're talking to somebody, get to understand why that person is acting like that. If you could focus on a person and try to put yourself in their shoes, I will guarantee you that person will understand you more. And actually, when you have a conversation with somebody, talk the things that interest them. Make them have more of the conversation instead of you going on and on about what you like. Try to get to actually know a person. When you want to get to know somebody and you don't allow them to speak, or you just rambling off, but you're not letting them get the point across, you're being egotistic. Versus, let me listen to what they like. Let me listen to what they're into. Versus, you already know what you're into. Try to get to know the person. So, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Great book. But I wanted to save this segment for this book here, The Four Agreements, because The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, I want to say this was a very influential book for me. And I want to say why. This book is broken down in 4 sections, right? And it's talk about 4 agreements that you have to make in life. The first agreement is be impeccable with your words. That means be a man of integrity and stand on what you say. If you say something, go full force with it and try to finish what you say. If you say, man, I'm gonna mow the lawn tomorrow, stand on that and go mow the lawn tomorrow. If you said tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and read 10 pages of a book, you go ahead and do that and just stand to what you say. The second agreement, don't take things personally. For me, that was one of the hardest things. I used to catch myself getting real angry because I'll take whatever people say, I'll take it personal. And sometimes you got to understand that things are not about you. Sometimes somebody could be going through something and you kind of take it like it's for you, or somebody might say something and you take it like it's for you when it's not always about you. Once you learn to detach yourself from taking things personally, I guarantee you is a lesser chance of you getting upset at something because you're detached from that situation. You're detached from that emotion because even though they might be speaking, you're not taking it that is for you. You just be like, hey man, that's not for me. The third agreement, don't make assumptions. One of the biggest mistakes that I used to do was I'll try to figure out what the other person is thinking, and I'll create a whole scenario thinking that I know what the person is talking about, thinking that I know, and I'll stop talking to people because I created a whole scenario in my head of things that I had no clue about. I made assumptions, and you know the saying, what they say, don't make an ass of yourself assuming, and I definitely made an ass out of myself. So now I don't make assumptions. I ask questions. If I want to know something, I ask, because that's the only way you're going to know anything, if you really truly ask a question. And the fourth and last agreement, always do your best. No matter where you work at, no matter what you do, be the best that you can be, because that is a skill that you can take anywhere. If you half-ass at something, you're going to half-ass at whatever you do. But if you practice being the best that you can be at everything you do, you're going to succeed in everything you do because you're giving it your all. And you know the law of attraction, man. You attract what you want. You attract what your energy feeds off. So if you give it your all, you're going to succeed. So I'm going to end up with that today, man. I'm going to end up with that. And you know how we giving it up. And, take a trip to Barnes & Nobles or Amazon, wherever you buy your books, and make it a habit of start reading, man. There's so much knowledge. There's so many things that you could gain from just reading. Put the phones down for a second and just, the biggest suggestion I could give you, man, is read, man. The knowledge is there for us, and it's free. It's free knowledge, because even if you don't got it to buy a book, you could go online and Google the PDF format and download it to your phone, or you go on YouTube and listen to the books if you don't have it to buy it. Just don't limit yourself, and you know how we giving it up. It's your boy Jumpout. I'm out. This episode is sponsored by Hat Club. Check the hat out, man. It's from the Black Dome collection. All right, you peeped it? Yeah, nice little bucket. But y'all stay blessed and beautiful, my friends. I'm out.